Welcome back to the Western Wilds on Farming Simulator 22 for episode 4 with me, MrSealyp. It's nearly 2 PM here on the Western Wilds. I have got another full load of pickup and 2 trailers. We're up to 74,195. The newly acquired land has been mown, and as you can see, trees cut down this session. Since I last saw you, I've done another 36, 126 trees cut down in total. As far as the plot of land goes, field, where are we? Field. Block 22 is now all mown. So I need to get a windrow to windrow it, then some way of collecting it all. I have put a bridge in. I forgot to record it. I put a log bridge in, but we haven't done the cabin yet. Now, a couple of things I wanted to address. My Wood Futures expert, Tiago, who's helping out, asked or mentioned when I was clearing the abandoned farm, when I was demolishing all the stuff, and it was saying minus, it was charging me to demolish. He asked why I don't sell things rather than demolish. You can. I found there's no difference. And when he said that, I thought, well, maybe I should have done that on here. So I went off onto a separate version and checked it. When you click onto something and it goes blue, you can click on it to rename it and that kind of thing, but you can sell the building. You don't always have to demolish. In this case, it made no difference. They all still said minus. So there's both ways of doing it. I've just got in the habit, when I do my mod reviews, or when I put stuff onto a map or delete it, I just demolish the buildings. Because I thought it's cool, you know, when they came out, oh, demolish, we get to demolish rather than sell. Either way, weirdly, I did notice a couple of times, if I sold the building, like when you sell anything, you lose half the value. So you buy it at one value, if you sell it, and obviously depending on how long you've had it for, generally speaking, half its value goes. A couple of times I demolished rather than sold, I got the full value, and I don't know why. Just, you know, in case anyone cares. The other thing was, and I've done it again, and I can't remember who it was. I've been through my messages again, and I can't find who it was, mentioned that when I sold a couple of loads, that, oh, I can almost see the name now. If I didn't have everything inside the sell point, it will still take it all because the trigger accepts, but you won't get the full value. So because my pickup, this was more at the north sawmill as well, my pickup was part way off of this bit, the centre trailer was in the middle and the rear trailer was hanging over the edge, I probably didn't get as much money as I should have done for my load. So what I'm going to do is this time round, I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to do the pickup first, then do the first trailer, then the second trailer, and we'll see if we can make more money. I can't remember what I got last time. Was it 30 grand? Was it 30 or something like that, wasn't it, here? I'm sure it was. So the straps off. That's not good. Let's see what we get for that. That can't be right. 3,000 for all of that. Massive great big trees. Anyway, regardless, that's what it's given me. Let's put back up. So I just wanted to, you know, just because I don't want to, I've done quite a few loads now and I don't want to be doing myself out of money, really, do I? Who wants to do themselves out of money? The reason the money had gone up as well, I said about the grass had been cut, I have been using the travel mill, and I've been selling a load of stuff through the travel mill first, but I wanted to test this, I wanted to do a check on this just in case. So let's do that one. Where are we? Might work out about the same. What's that, about 20 grand now? It's still going to be about 33, 35 in total, maybe 40. It's obviously going to depend as well. What I've been trying to do, and I've been cutting the trees down, the first main section of the trunk, the chunky boys, I try and put the big ones on, and then the next section. The smaller, thinner ends, I've been chopping those up or in full sections, doing those at the travel mill, so I can get the most bang for my buck at the sell points. The other thing I haven't checked actually since we set it all up was, now we're looking, planks 629, so we're almost at a full pallet of planks. And then what I'll do is every now and again, as the wood goes down up there at the north sawmill, I'll take a load up there or a few boards or whatever up there, even if I just chuck a load of offcuts into the back of the pickup. Because I was thinking about using the tractor we bought in the last episode to pull the trailers down. But again, why? If I can put lumber in there, I know it was only 3 and a bit grand's worth I managed to put in there, but I might as well. The pickup's managing to pull it no problem at all. So what we're going to be doing is log cabin. We said that. And what was the other thing? Log cabin. Oh yeah, windrowing and now trailers. These two were great when I started. Another reason I was hoping the money would jump up a fair bit is what I'm thinking of getting is one of the Adjuranti trailers. So the Adjuranti trailer I can have as a log trailer, but then if I'm also going to get a toolbox. When we have the cabin built, I'm going to have the little toolbox next to it. Maybe a building, a shed or something fairly inexpensive next to it. And then what we can do is with the Adjuranti one, we can have it in this logging composition like this. And the great thing about that is the Adjuranti one, rather than having gaps underneath like these ones do, it's completely flat. So I can put anything in it, it will be fine. Then I can change its configuration and put sides on it, and I can use it for collecting the grass. Hopefully. That's at least my plan. Now they're about 18-19 grand a pop, so I wanted to make sure, as opposed to 3,800 for these, so for getting me started, these have worked perfectly and have been absolutely brilliant. Can't fault them at all. Nope. Yeah, so about the same really. Hasn't made any difference. Okay, well I'll take that, it's not a problem. I'm going to go, the money will go up a little bit again because I've got to go up and I've got 2 piles of wood I'm going to get rid of at the travel mill, and then I guess log cabin, and then let's have somewhere nice and cosy to sleep tonight. Again, please bear in mind, I know I did mention in the last episode that each day is a month, you know, so that me saying, and I always say it's whatever time of day it is, and when you if you think about it, why did that not come up? Oh, there we go. If you think about it realistically, but when you get to midday, you're halfway through the month, and then from midday to the end of the day is the other half of the month. So, I mean, technically, we're well past halfway through the month of September. So, by the time we've built the cabin, it will be towards the end of September and ready for bed. So, you know, it's going to take a while. Now I know a log cabin will take a lot longer to build, but cool. That's what I wanted to show on the map tour, how long the train was. Jim's done brilliant. The sound effects. It's just incredible. Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of that wood. How long is this? I know it's long, but how fantastic is that? So immersive as well, just adds something. Yes, I'm going to go up a bit. We'll go up to the store. I might take one of these trailers to start off with, and we'll buy one Adjuranti trailer. I'll show you what I mean about the log piles. We're only right there by the train mill, sawmill, sell point. Train yard is what I'm looking for. I have been stump grinding as I've gone along to a degree. As you can see, the extra trees have come from this section here. That lone tree in the middle there is one of those, it's a proper monster. These are the big ones, and there's the one over there. I think I've got the one over there somewhere, or is it 2 there? Yeah, these ones are, they have some girth to them. They are pretty big. Yeah, there's one there and one here as well. And then the other ones are a little bit thinner. So yeah, these ones are big. Yeah, so what I'll do now, as you can see, I did most of the stumps around there. Got a little pile of wood there, a little pile of wood there, which we'll use the travel mill for. I wasn't going to I wasn't going to tell you this. Part of that 74 grand I did something really stupid. I had the travel mill here with a pile of wood in front of it, and I pulled the trailers across over here because I've cut down a few trees here. Sorry, I'm going a bit blurry, a bit slower here. So I'd loaded up one of those trailers completely full. So as I was doing it, I thought, oh, what I'll do, I'll sell that pile of wood. And I clicked on this, and it came up 12,000, and I was like, whoa. My mind was like, what has changed? Why did I suddenly get 12 grand? So when I turned round, my trailer was empty. It had taken all of it. The trailer was too close to the trigger. I couldn't. Oh, it took me ages to load it. It's one of those. It's just annoying. So what I did this time was turned it round the other way and moved it out of the way, so I didn't make the same mistake again, because that would be frustrating. Okay, that will do. Let's grab it again. I have had a couple of issues again with every now and again. If I ran up to it, walk up to it, I touched it rather than picked it up, and it flew. It just went hurtling off into the distance, and I had to reset again. It's not a major issue, but it just be aware if you're going to use it, it might happen to you. Okay. Just over another 5-6 grand. And then, yeah, these ones are a little bit bigger, so I think I'll leave these to put onto a trailer. So we can do some stump grinding, cabin build, and then we need to work our way across. I'm going to leave one of those behind. So I need a shed or something for the tractor. We're at a point now, I think we need to start getting some of our own property developed. You know, we need something, I think, a bit more. So I put the bridge in. It's literally just log construction. Chopped down some trees, got them in. It's fairly basic, but it does the job. As you can see, all cut. We should get a fair amount from that. I'm hoping buying a trailer, grabbing ourselves a windrow. You know what I need to do? That was silly. Oh no, I think the windrow is towed, isn't it? I was thinking if I take the tractor, I could bring them both back, but I don't think I can. Yeah, so we'll go up, get another anti-trailer. That's going to be 18, 19 grand. Then we'll probably lease a windrower. I have been considering, when I've got a little bit of money like I have now, to speed up the process, I have been considering leasing a Scorpion King or something along those lines. Yes, it's 25 grand. Mind you, that said, all of what I just sold was only about 33. So to make it cover the cost of it, I'd have to do a fair bit. But if I just used it for an hour just to cut trees down, I can get them all exactly the right length. I could cut loads down in an hour. That takes away a lot of time with me using the chainsaw, de-limbing, all that kind of stuff. It might be worth my while doing that. So I think I might... Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, actually. Might have to give that a go. This needs to be sold. This isn't going to be worth very much. It was only 3.8 to buy in the first place. Just here. No, oh yeah, this depends on the tractor as well. I might lease a tractor. Because this is my plan. We'll see, won't we? Is it under miscellaneous? No. Now I'm confused. Oh, is it under forage? I've got way too many headers there. Oh, I thought I had it installed. Maybe I haven't. It's like the old, oh, what's it called? The miller machine. I thought I did. Oh, never mind. I have to have a look for that. Trailers. Right, so. Adoranti. We're going to go for the 4 sides. I'm not sure what the capacity is, actually. That's saying 23. Okay, maybe not 19 grand then. I'm just thinking if I get it with the 4 sides already, then when I go to put it as a log trailer, which I can do if I do that, that's what was 19 grand. But if I'm going to use it for transporting other stuff, maybe to start off with, I'll pay for it like that. Wheel brand, I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm not too bothered. Not too bothered about scale, side bumpers, protection, lights are fine. Leave all of that. Panels can stay the same. Rear beacons, not bothered. Decals, don't mind. Rear door, no, don't want decals on the rear door. Rim colour, license plate, none. 23,350. Let's buy that. Now obviously this, oh, that's the point, it's only got a PTO, so it might hook up to it, but the PTO will drag. I've only got to get it back, haven't I? So we've got another new trailer. A slightly bigger log trailer as well, I think. It's longer than the other ones, isn't it? So I might be able to cut, well, longer lengths, bigger, however we look at it. That'll work. And then we need to get a toolbox as well, so when we get back there, we'll grab a toolbox. Now I'm frustrated now, because the thing I was going to lease to pick up... Oh, hang on. Oh, dear. Dearie me. Where is it? Windrows. There's loads available, but cheap as chippings. That little beauty. 1,300 for a 6.5 metre. I've used it before. I know I have on FS19. That's going to cost me 1,450. I might as well buy it and keep it because we're going to do windrowing again at some point, I would imagine. Can't odds that at all. I'm pretty sure there's a tedder version of it as well. Yeah. So we can TED as well. 1,300 for a 7 metre tedder. Perfect. So I'll have to come back. Actually, you know what I'll do? I will take the tedder on the pickup, take that down, and then I'll come back, because I've got the PTO, I'll come back with the John Deere to grab the trailer. I need to have a look now at where the item is that I'm looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Anyway, see you in a bit. On my way back from the store, I thought I would just do a quick test. It's a bit unorthodox, because this isn't driven. It's not a driven windrower. It's just the rakes, as you drive forward, rotate and flicks everything into the middle. I thought on the way back I'll give it a go on the pickup, because I've only got a small tractor in the pickup, so if I can use one of them to do this, that'll make life a little bit easier. When I say a little bit easier, this is fantastic, because slow it down. Not only does it work, but I've got a fairly big field to do. If I put my foot down the pickup, it really works. Speedy Windrows. Why does that remind me of Tina Turner? Speedy Windrows. No. Maybe that was what the song was supposed to be called in the first place. They changed it to make it a bit more raunchy, you know. Speedy Windrows only appeal to farmers, really. But that works. I kind of went round the edges and it does the job. And it does it really quick. Oh no, I wasn't even putting my foot down then, but I can do. So that's going to speed that process up. Now, the other decision I've come to as well is I've had the John Deere 5 minutes. When I say 5 minutes, again, probably about a month. I mean, technically about a month. Yeah, look at this now. Let's just go and go and go. I feel like DJ. It's awesome. It's very liberating. I probably would have broken the rakes off and damaged everything by now, in reality. But yeah, we haven't had the John Deere long. But what I want to do next, I need a front 3-point link, and when the weight is off of this John Deere, there's not a hitch on the front, so I can't put one of the crated 3-point links on this. So whilst it was cheap, and yeah, was it 19 grand, I think it was, and it did us absolutely fine for all the mowing, and at the end of the day, I would have been better off just leasing it. Of course I would. Buying it, I suppose, was a false economy. I'm looking at getting a different tractor for what we're going to do next. That being said, though, I'm thinking about here probably. There's a couple of things we need to build. One, we don't have our cabin. And two, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, we need a silage clamp because we don't own the biogas plant yet. And even if we don't own the biogas plant, we don't own the land that's on it. The biogas plant is 25 grand. The land it's on is 20 or 25, and I'm sure it's something along those lines. Where are we? That plot, how much was it? 20,588, which has got the silage clamp on it. So I thought I could use that one. So probably I want to get the biogas plant. Anyway, that being said, we've got some building to do. And there we have it. Our cabin is constructed. You can even go inside. Not too expensive. And behind me, our silage clamp. Now we're going to have to do some landscaping, put a bit of road in from the bridge. Like I say, I'm probably going to put a shelter or something that we can start putting our vehicles under. But we are now at a point where we've cleared a bit of land. We are putting down roots. We're starting to build our little homestead, farmstead, ranch. This we may increase in size at some point when we get a bit more affluent. We may get something a little bit bigger, but it does the job. So, as I said, what we're going to do now is take this up. I also realised I took the other wood trailer up, didn't I? I didn't put it on the sell point. Didn't sell it. I put it in front of the fuel tank. So when I get up there, we're going to have to sell that. So I'm going to take this up. I'm not too sure what we'll get for this. It's not going to be a huge amount of money. I'm just thinking now, the couple of bits. We've got the trailer already. I want to lease one item but buy a tractor. I mean, yeah, so I say upgrade. I want to just don't know how much the upgrade's going to cost me. I might end up having to do a little bit more logging again. And then what we'll do is I'll get the windrowing done, and with the equipment we're about to buy and lease, we can then pick the windrows up, we can get the windrows into the silage clamp, get that compacted, covered, and that's being prepared, ready for when we get the biogas plant. And like I said as well, I'm pretty sure the biogas plant here takes potatoes. So I think my next step after that is going to be the greenhouses, the untitled open garden greenhouses. They do have a polytunnel that goes over them in the winter, because you can do potatoes and sunflowers. So I thought about getting one of those, at least one. I think they're only about £2 grand, I think it's fine. So a couple of trees down, we can get a couple of those. I'm going to get one going with, or maybe both the potatoes, because the biogas plant takes potatoes as well. If I can get the biogas plant running, I can also get some methane going, which leads us on to next steps on from there as well. And yeah, that's hopefully it's all going to work. Okay, I moved the trailer. We've got 3,226. I left it here because I saw the trigger. I thought, oh yeah, and it was supposed to be over there. So it cost us 3,800. We got 3,226. I think back for it. Now that was 19 something. 15,713. Actually, you know what? We haven't done too bad out of that. Right. What comes next? Well, I need to have a look through the brochures. Have a look through the brochures and see what's available tractor-wise. I've got my eye on one thing already. I know it's going to be about 70 grand. But I'm wondering whether or not I can find a similar thing, but cheaper, potentially. So I'll have a look. Just bear with me a moment. The windrowing is all done. Oh yes, it didn't take long at all. We're back up at the store. I'm now going to go into the store. I went in and I was doing some research with 3 tractors I had the pick of. One was the Fiat 1300 Super. One was a Massey Ferguson 3000 series. And one was Fiat Agri. Came down to price, but also horsepower. I'm pretty sure the Massey Ferguson came in at 120 horsepower. The Fiat 1300 was 150, but the Fiat Agri is 180 horsepower, and it's the cheapest out of all of them. I think it might be a bit loud. I don't know. We'll see. But just bear with me. Let me buy it. And there we have it. 35,950. 180 horsepower with a front 3-point link. I was thinking I'd have to get the separate pallet one, but that doesn't matter anyway. And then the next thing, the reason I couldn't find it, I was looking under forage harvester headers. I looked all over the place. Turns out the thing I was looking for was under forage wagons. If I go along to the end of it, there, the forage pickup. I'm going to lease it. I'm not buying it. It only requires 90 horsepower to run, so you can run it on pretty much anything. We can have forage pickup or bulk. I'm going to go for bulk, that way it'll give me options to whatever, but forage will do your forage crops, straw, grass, silage, all that kind of stuff. I will be buying one of these at some point, because for doing silage work, bunkers, they're brilliant. I think bulk pickup will allow you to pick up pretty much anything. I think I'm going to leave it red, actually. Design colour, do I want it yellow, like a JCB yellow, or is that a bit garish? No, I quite like that, because you can see it all, can't you? Not that it matters. 3,830 to lease, but like I say, I'm definitely going to be buying one. When we get down to the farm, we're going to be getting a building. I'm so pleased with this. I can't get the price, 35 grand for 180 horsepower. Now this should work, this setup now. I'll be able to pick up all my grass into the trailer. Now admittedly, the trailer is, I thought I was going to have the same problem I had with the forage one, where it was really heavy. On Calmston, the whole thing was a disaster. But this thing, it's a little bit more detailed than the milling machine with an FS19. I'm assuming we'll get the milling machine at some point, but this does exactly the same job. So I think it's a bit more expensive than the milling machine was. No downside to this trailer. Actually, I don't know if we can actually. Let me just have a look. Let's put that on, because I'm sure, maybe not. Somebody had said to me a while ago that the Aduranti, you could lock that front axle, but I don't think you can. Not that it matters. Let's switch to the front. When we get there, we're going to go pipe out. It's quite loud, isn't it? I quite like that. It's like inside. Then we got an opening door. Have we? Oh no, open cover. There we go. Look, opening door for the warm weather. All the other ones. Where's that for this down here? Oh, okay. Fancy. I suppose that's if you're doing a silage clamp. It eats away at the silage on the silage clamp. If it's a pickup, you just do it like that. Oh, have we got? Oh, okay. Nice. I think that might. Okay, what's this happening? What have I done? Oh, is it because I put that? That's weird. Is it because I raised that? Lower down. Yeah, because I put that front bit down, it wouldn't go any past that. Let's bump it there. we've got a lot of grass. I'm also starting to wonder whether or not the silage clamp I bought will be big enough. That said, because I saved money, I thought I'd be spending at least 60-70 grand on the tractor. We could potentially either buy the land the biogas plant is on, or the biogas plant. If I buy the land the biogas plant is on for 20 grand, I get a massive silage clamp. So I suppose putting the one on our property may have been a tad presumptuous, maybe? No, we need one. We'll have one anyway. The building I'm looking at getting is only about 3 grand. So again, I'm just trying to save myself money. I'm just worried about the size of the entrances into it. Again, there's a couple I was looking at. It's just 2 of the other ones I was looking at would come to 10 grand. For 3 grand I could get a similar size, but anyway, we'll see how that works out. Now this should be happy days. Now I don't know if it'll let me pick that bit up because we're right on the edge. Let's do pipe out. So don't technically own that part. There we go. Well, this will run at 6 miles an hour. If I open that cover, so not as fast as a loading wagon. That's interesting. I thought we could go faster now, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're collecting our swath. It's going into the trailer, which is what we wanted. I suppose the time we gained windrowing, we're going to lose now the speed. Can you see something? That's it's picking it all up, no problem at all. Well, it's going to take me a while, let's be honest. I think while I'm doing this, up and down, I thought having 180 horsepower, this would absolutely zoom along. I guess because it's, actually let's just double check. What does it say it's supposed to run at? Did it say? I didn't even look at that, I just assumed it would be, you know. Well, it says 12 miles an hour, so why is it only going at 6? It says it only requires 90 horsepower and I've got 180. So why is that going slowly? What am I missing here? If I pick it up, hang on, if I pick that up and then put that down, that will work. Yeah, we'll go faster but it's not picking everything up. It's missing stuff on the floor. I wonder if it's a 3-point link on the tractor. That's interesting. I wonder what's... Won't go down any further than that. That's as low as that will go. It's not touching the ground, is it? I don't think. Now we're honking along. What did I do differently? Is it because the cover was open? There we go. Now we're going at 12. That's better. I don't know what I've done differently. It must have just been that cover. Oh, it's not really as bad, but is it? got there in the end. We're up to 21,000 litres. Yeah. Got a funny feeling we're going to fill that silage tank. That's not a bad thing. You know, considering this was just the meadow grass, it wasn't even sort of grass filled. If we plough, which is going to be the next step, I think. Why is that not kicking? Okay, I'm going to have to windrow that over. I think it's weird because it's still within our boundary. This just doesn't want to pick it up. Oh, yeah. No. Okay, right. I need to windrow that on the side. So what I'll do while I'm doing this, as I say, we'll get the shelter built. I can put my stuff away in case of inclement weather, but also just because it's nice and tidy. And then I'll get back out with the pickup, because I took the pickup back over and straight away I thought, oh, I'm going to park this. But I'm going to need to do some more. That's not a problem. So what I'll probably do is do a row, miss a row, do a row, miss a row. It's easy for turning. This is brilliant. I'm pleased it's going 12 miles. Oh, 13. I'll take it. More than happy. I haven't cut the tree down yet. I feel kind of bad about it. I might leave it there as a feature. I know that's going to be trickier when you hire a worker or something. I mean, I say that now. I'll probably end up harvesting once on the field with a tree there and go, right, tree's going. But, never mind. Right. This has got a much larger capacity than I thought it had. Is it 45,000? We are going to have hundreds of thousands of litres, right? Each load on this is 45,000 litres. Potentially. I've barely, I've done 3 rows-ish. Excellent. A full load? I think it's the tractor, you know. Sometimes it seems to get stuck in gear. There we go. 45,000 litres. I am going to put 2 loads in the silage tank here. I have built the little carport shed. That cost me £2 grand. I can't remember what I don't know if it's one of Omatana's or whether it's part of the map. Really nice details. It's it's not a mod review, but if I scroll across all the ones I've got, where is it? Out here. It might be Omatana, I'm not sure. This one here, vehicle shed, £2 grand. It's all those ones as well. That was the one I was originally going to go for, the vehicle garage, which is much bigger, for only £3 grand. But I was worried about the entranceways being too narrow. But then looking at it now, maybe not. But that could be the next purchase for more gear. We can get one of those, and we've got the various living carports. But I can get that under there, that under there. Skid steer load will fit into that gap there. We can put the tractor in, and probably one of the trailers, if not both. But I'll be using them quite a lot anyway. But for the time being, it just gives me somewhere to store stuff. We're taking shape. I'm thinking about, do I do fencing, hedges, trees? Well, we can plant some more trees. It seems just mad, doesn't it? Cutting down trees, then planting more, I suppose. But you know. And then we've got a field over there. We're going to plough. I'm going to like I said, I'm going to regrass. Maybe regrass half of it, and then use the other half for crops. Yeah, okay, I'm excited. So we've got all this area here. Oh yeah, that's another decision I've come to as well. That's what I started off by saying. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'll do one strip on the sides here. I'll leave it fuller at the back, maybe. I'll do another one of those. That'll give me 90,000 litres in here. It will take way more than that. But if I decide I'm going to do cows, or at least I've got some here. I've got 56 grand left. I am going to do more logging. Of course I am. That's, you know, that's my bread and butter at the moment. As we go into October, we will have... We're going to have something. What are we going to have? Oh, pallets. Our planks. We just have a load of those we can sell as well. That's how we kind of expand a bit more. So what I'll do now, I'm going to put another load in there, then we'll get the third full load and we're going to go for biogas plant. Because I've decided with the 56 grand we've got left, I am going to buy... I mean, I could do the biogas plant and the biogas plant land, but I think I should do the land first. We'll get all whatever's left on this field, we'll go over there, because the camp's much bigger. I can swing round and I can, you know, the camp there is obviously fairly small. I wasn't sure how much I was going to have. I have used the windrower and I have moved these rows over, so hopefully, potentially, they should pick up now. We'll see. As I've said many times before, no planned spice contact with the specific team. Here we go, we're stuck at 6 miles an hour again. It's the tractor. I don't know why. Come on, change gear. There we go. Isn't it weird? I haven't got it on manual. So in 2 loads time, I'll see you when we're heading towards the biogas plant. Then I have to do some compacting and stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, that's where we're at. Just to let you know, I'm looking over there now. I'm smiling. I'm so happy. We've now got a little bit of something going on, you know. And then I think when we get greenhouses on there, and animals is going to be a big step. That's always a big deal, isn't it? When you get your first load of animals, of whatever they end up being, they'll probably be chickens. Chickens are fairly straightforward. And what I can do, if I do half of this plot here grass and then half of it field, I could do wheat, so we've got feed for chickens. There's also that brilliant seed production thing we can put over at our farm that only requires wheat or barley, doesn't it? And then we can produce our own seed as well. We'll do the same with fertiliser if we can, be as self-sufficient as we can. We're out here in the wilderness, the wilds. This is our first proper foray out to the biogas plant. This gearbox is driving me mad. I don't understand it. Like I say, I haven't got manual gearbox on, but it just keeps getting stuck. Try auto. There we go. Weird. Anyway, just up to the north of it we have another sell point. I showed you the one further down to the south, by the south sawmill. Just we've got an extra one in here to sell everything. And then we come into the top of the biogas plant. So, I mean, technically I have got enough to buy them both now, but like I say, I don't need to buy the biogas plant yet because I've got nothing to put in it. But I do need to buy the land to be able to use the silage clamp. As you can see, the silage clamp is massive, which means I can swing round from the back, and I'll be able to do that with multiple loads. If I start at one side, so if I swing in like that and then swing round, I can start to unload, and I can do that a few times from back to front instead. You know, however you want to do your silage clamps is entirely up to you. So I guess what we need to do now is click on that. 20,588. We'll buy it, which means now we should go to unload. And I should be able to just pretty much drive over what I've done already. I don't want it spread over too far. I could probably do it going a little bit stuck. yeah, make the mounds a little bit higher. If I spread it from front to back all the way, then I've got loads to clear up. But then using that new bit of kit, it'll work out quite well. So it's 45,000 litres in there. Now I'm panicking and thinking, that is actually a size clamp, isn't it? There's absolutely no reason why it wouldn't be. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to check. There we go. 45,000 litres. It doesn't hurt to check, you know. You never know. All sorts of things in there. Please change gear. There we go. And I'm going to carry on. It's nearly 4 o'clock. I'll have to then compact the one, because then between now and October, it might take a little bit longer, but we can get the fermenting process going. And then I think what we'll probably do, it's going to be ploughing, so we need to sort out plough. Again, like I said, I might need to do a little bit more logging. I could lease a plough. I don't need to buy a plough yet, so I could lease one. The problem is if we get stones come up, do I clear them? I should do really, unless I turn them off for the time being. It's a big area, and if I plough the whole lot, I could get a fair amount of stones. There's a debris crusher, isn't there? I think. So yeah, we've got some options. So I think, yeah, it's going to be groundwork tomorrow. We're going to be breaking ground, let's say tomorrow, in the next episode after this one, with the ploughing. And then we'll decide what we're going to do. We're going to need a seeder then, obviously, because if we're going to put anything in the ground, we're going to need to be able to seed. And the greenhouses, the gardens, because they're not expensive. But then, obviously, the knock-on effect of that is I'm going to need manure, I'm going to need fertiliser and seed, which I might have to buy to start off with, but I do want to get to a point where I'm self-sufficient. So that's where we're going to be at. I'm going to see you, well, it's going to be much later now actually, I might as well go straight across, because I've got a lot left to clear on that field. So hopefully next time I see you, it may even be getting dark, we'll either have the silage clamp at the biogas plant compacted and ready to cover, or we'll be compacting it. I'll just use this tractor, I might as well. The one over there I'll probably do before I go over. I'll think of what I'm going to do. And yeah, I'm pleased with progress today. We've done well. I know I always say we. Someone asked me the other day actually, why do you say we when it's you doing it? And I think I've talked about it before, because anyone that's watching, they're with me on the journey. You know, the whole process of the farm, of building it up from nothing and then getting to where we're getting to. Anyone that stays with it and follows the Let's Play, it's a journey we're taking, not just me, I guess. I don't know. It's just something I've always done, I suppose. I've just kind of got into the habit. Right, let's see. Let's get above 6 miles an hour. Change gear. There we go. Weird. It's 5:45. I have knocked the engine volume down to 30% now, so hopefully it's a little bit better. We're at 99% compacted over here at the biogas plant. The other clamp has been compacted. I moved another 10,000 litres, or just under 10,000 litres, there we go, into our smaller silage clamp. So I said biogas plant, silage clamp. So that's now got just under 100,000 litres in it. This one, as you just saw, it's got 262,841. So we've got about 362,000 litres just over off of that field. And bearing in mind that's not ploughed, it's not fertilised, that's just the grass that was on it, interspersed with bushes and all the rest of the stuff. So what we're going to do now is blanket that. Both silos are now fermenting. So whenever they're ready, then we can sell silage to the biogas plant. Am I going to continue to do logging this evening? Potentially. Like I said, tomorrow we're probably going to have planks to sell. We're going to have ploughing to do. Does that seem a bit quieter? I hope it does. I only noticed, I've come back in and only noticed when I started doing the editing, I thought it might be, and I think I put it on the video earlier. That in the next episode it'll be quieter, but then in editing I've come back on and thought I'm going to knock it down now. It's either I just talk much louder or I just knock the volume down a little bit. The downside to that is for a loud tractor like this, it works, but then tractors that are quieter become even quieter, and you can't always hear the engine sound. But anyway, that being said, what we can do is knock that off. I really wish the side panel was back. I know people have mentioned before. Oh yes, the other thing I noticed, this has been very weird. This gearbox is making its own mind up what it does. Now I wasn't sure if it was I said about earlier on, and what I've found is sometimes, like now, it's dropped down to first gear, but it goes to second, then third, and goes up no problem. Now fourth. Sometimes it will sit in first and won't move anywhere. I have double checked, triple checked. I've got automatic gears on. Every time it gets stuck in first, I have to stick it in reverse. If I go backwards and it goes into -3 in reverse, then I go forwards. If it jumps into 2 or 3, I'm good. If it jumps back to 1, it will stay in first gear. It's very peculiar. I've tried shifting up and down using L1, R1, L2, R2. I've tried. That wasn't supposed to happen. I think I just jumped vehicle. Yeah, I've tried. So you notice there, I pressed it then up on the D-pad and it went from second to third. And now I'm just getting, it's very peculiar. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but anyway. I mean, it's one of those idiosyncrasies of the tractor. It's going to be, it was cheap. And that's the price it is. I mean, I haven't done anything nefarious there. I haven't done anything dodgy. This particular tractor is that cheap. For 180 horsepower, I'm not going to knock it. So that's it for this episode. I'm heading back to the homestead, to a nice warm cabin, not a breezy tent. And I will see you on the next one for more shenanigans. Before I go, I just want a quick update on my brother. As of yesterday, his first full day of doing the coast to coast and the Falklands 40, he was feeling good, so he wanted to knock out what they call a marathon day. He did 25.62 miles. If you're a step counter out there, 55,000 steps. I'm so proud of him. He's doing such a great job. It's amazing. It really is. So yeah, he's posting pictures and stuff every day. I say every day, he's only been on 2 days, but he's on the first full day yesterday. So I'm eager to see this evening what pictures get posted and see what progress he's made today. So awesome stuff. He's doing fantastically. I'm going to send that back. I don't need that now. And probably cut some more trees down. As you can see, the clamp is compacted and covered. We've made a lot of progress and I'm very happy. So, see you in the morning. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.